Hi y'all, welcome back to our channel. Today we haven't had a rant in a while. It is a rant that's really important, honestly. Like, this is not just one of those, like, we just feel like bitching today. This is about Wattpad slander on TikTok in particular and why it needs to stop. There are two phrases in particular that are floating around TikTok lately. One is, what in the Wattpad is this? Or, that read like a Wattpad book, being used as insults.
I know you're looking forward to this rant. I'm looking forward to this rant. But before we jump into it, just a quick reminder, September 13th is the release day for our second novel, Spellbound. You can get it at your local bookstores everywhere, wherever you like to buy books. Go. Pre-order it now and enjoy.
If you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss the Friday upload. Let's get into it. Those two statements are honestly meaningless. Wattpad is not the same place that it was in, say, 2014, when everyone was on there writing like imagines and POVs and your name things and fan fiction, which, while we're on the subject, there's nothing wrong with that. We both started on fan fiction. It's a safe place for beginning writers who don't feel comfortable yet making their own characters or building their own worlds. So there's nothing wrong with writing fan fiction. So we're going to give you more reasons to stop besides just the pure and simple fact that you sound ignorant. That's reason enough.
Number one, I believe that everybody wants to be kind for the most part. And when you are making comments like this, you are really putting down people that are brand new writers. It is not an encouraging thing to say to them. This is their safe space, and you're basically telling them that they're trash for choosing to write on Wattpad, or that they're not good enough to be published. That's not true. We all have to start somewhere, and Wattpad is a great place to start. And you're saying things like that read like a Wattpad book. It's a stab to the soul.
It really is.
So just remember that there is way better ways to word this, and making that comment, you're doing more damage than what you are good.
Second thing, here's what you're not getting. What you see on Wattpad is a first draft. You don't see the first draft of your favorite book. You don't see the garbage that it was, because everyone's first draft is garbage. Everyone. Period. End of story. But most people are putting out a story that they're writing as they go. So no, it's not going to be perfect. But does that make them any less of a writer?
I would also like to clarify, when we say it's trash, what we mean by that is it is not in good shape to go to the printer to be published. That's what we mean by trash. Everybody writes a book in the beginning. That first draft is not what you want to send to the printer. If you had a choice, Crystal, Felicity, do you want to send this first draft to the printer, or would you want to throw it in the trash? We're throwing it in the trash because it needs people to look at it. It is the bones of the story. We've got the structure there, but there's a lot of things that need cleaning up to make it a great story. And do you know who usually comes in and starts helping you with that stuff? An editor. When you're telling people that they should put out something that is the quality of what you see published, that's not fair, because for some of us, our stories are not right now what agents are looking for. It's not what publishers are looking for. And to tell us that we should be pushing something out there to that degree, it's just a classist thing to say. It's not fair to assume that somebody has the money to have professional editing done on a story they're putting up for free on Wattpad.
And they don't even know if they're going to publish it for real. They just want to put it out there for someone to read for free on the internet. They're not going to pay to get that edited. That's ridiculous. That doesn't even make any sense.
Yeah.
So none.
I
think the other thing that people are getting at when they say it reads like a Wattpad book is that it reads like a fan fiction. What do they mean by it reads like a fan fiction? That it has certain tropes in it? I still don't quite know what they mean by that. But don't you know that every single book that we read has tropes in it? Like, that's why they're fucking tropes, because people like to read them.
I don't understand that either. And again, it comes back to being really discouraging to people when we are stereotyping what a Wattpad book is.
People have got to stop stereotyping Wattpad based on what they knew of it 9 years ago. The amount of writers that came from sites like Wattpad, AO3, fanfiction.net, Webtoon, who owns Wattpad, Heartstopper, that show that y'all are all salivating over, that we salivated over. You do realize that Heartstopper is a Webtoon, right? You do realize that Lore Olympus, which is in the first part, is in bookstores right now. That's all Webtoon. Anna Todd, After. Light as a Feather, Stiff as a Board was on Hulu. 2 seasons of it. I wish they had continued that show. I have
The Kissing Booth.
The Kissing Booth. There's like 3 movies of that. I have like 6 Wattpad books on my shelf right now. We have a Wattpad book coming out that, in case you didn't know, I mean, you might not believe me, but if you don't believe me, you can go on Amazon and look at it right now. Macmillan backs W by Wattpad Books and Wattpad Books. So you're going to sit there and tell me that you're going to use reads like a Wattpad book as an insult? Are there bad books on Wattpad? Okay, first of all, what's a bad book? That's a whole other argument. What's a bad book, in my opinion, is subjective anyway, because
Correct.
What I think is bad, you might not think is bad, and vice versa. But are there books that you could think are bad on Wattpad? Yeah, sure. Are there books that you might think are bad on the shelf behind me? Yes. Are there classics that I don't like that everybody else seems to love? Yeah. Who fucking cares? A book is a book. So stop it with the insulting a book just because it came from Wattpad and insulting somebody else's writing and using Wattpad to do it. Wattpad has given us more than anything we could have ever imagined. When Crystal got on Wattpad and posted her fan fiction like 8 years ago, when I got on Wattpad 4 years ago and posted Cruel Trust, I thought like 2 people were going to read it and that would be the end of it. I never knew that I was going to meet my best friend. I never knew we were going to get a book published and put in bookstores. I never knew that they were going to ask us to write for them exclusively and give us the means to start our own business, to take trips across the country and soon to other countries and fly people from across the world to come with us to our book release in a different country. We can do all of that because of Wattpad, and you're going to tell us that people aren't writing real books on there. Sorry.
Yeah.
But fuck that.
You're sticking to old stereotypes, and it's time to move on. It's time to quit doing harm to people that are brave enough to put their stories out there. So we're begging you to really articulate yourself in a better way than this was written like a Wattpad book. Give some more examples. What is it that you felt was wrong with that book? Now take those examples, and now there's your point. It's not that it was written like a Wattpad book. It's that it was not edited. Like most Wattpad books are not edited. It's that the story felt like it was very amateur writing. There's many amateur writers on Wattpad.
But there are many who aren't.
Correct. And so really, let's look at what it is and call it what it is, instead of putting it under this umbrella of a place that is a free place for people to go and open their souls and bear their stories for the world to critique. Stop it. There's the rant. That's how we're feeling. Come up with something new, people. Quit saying it reads like a Wattpad book. Quit saying what the Wattpad. Come up with something better and really start expressing yourself. There's a whole language out there. There's a whole many languages out there. Express yourself better on why you didn't like a book.
Yep.
And as always, write what you love.